Hey everyone, my name is Mondo Gonzales, and I am a co-host at the Prophecy Watchers Ministry, where we teach Bible prophecy, we teach on current events, and a variety of other ways. You can find us at prophecywatchers.com. The other thing that we do is, we have a television presence, and we also are on YouTube, social media. Again, you can find us all over the place. But one of the things that we get to do as well is we get to travel around the world and go to places that don't often have prophecy teaching ministries or even churches, sadly, that teach on prophecy. And one of those is New Zealand. And I will have to say that New Zealand is my favorite place in the world to travel. And we had a chance recently in the early part of this year to meet Wendy May and a couple others that were down there. And they have started the Books on High ministry, which you can find on Facebook. And for us, we love the idea of seeing this ministry provide ways in which a lot of resources can get down to the Southern Hemisphere at a very reasonable cost. I know for our ministry at Prophecy Watchers, we do ship internationally various books by authors, but the shipping is just ridiculous. And so we're trying to find ways to help with that. Well, one of the other things that we do at Prophecy Watchers is we have a ministry, kind of a sub-ministry, called the Psalm 19 Project. If you go to psalm19project.com, you can see all the ways in which this ministry is here. I'm actually doing a recording here in our observatory. Psalm 19 verse 1 says, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the skies above show his handiwork." So one of the things that we do here is we take photographs of God's heavens. Every single clear night there is, I am out here. As you can see, this is our large telescope mount. We have two telescopes, 11-inch, and then we have a refractor here. Over here on this side, we have our portable mount, which is a wide field telescope that we do if I need to get, again, something wide or I'm on location somewhere. And as you can see behind me, this is one of the pictures that we took of the Andromeda Galaxy. Just beautiful things. And what's our goal? Our goal, honestly, is simply to help people see the magnificence of God's creation. This is something in Genesis 1, verses 14 through 16, that he did on a Wednesday afternoon. He just created it all. He spoke it all into existence. And the fascinating thing, the reason why we're passionate about this is that often the case, people don't get the opportunity either to even know that something like this is out there. Maybe they've seen it here and there. But we have the opportunity to take the pictures and to make them available for free to everybody, high resolution. A lot of people use them for their screensavers on their computers or their phones. I know I do. But it's also to show that the world that we live in right now, this is the first time really in the history of all creation. Think about that, where we have the technology. Someone like me, I'm not a professional astronomer. I took astronomy in college, but someone like me can get some equipment and take pictures of God's heavens, never available before in the history of humanity. So to me, when I think about this, one of the things that we're doing is we have created, for a couple years now, a Psalm 19 project calendar. Again, simply to show the beauty of what God has done. And so we make these available in the United States, but when I was talking with Wendy May about this, she was like, hey, I wonder if we can get those available down in the Southern Hemisphere. And I'm like, here's all the images, here are the pictures, here's all the files, absolutely printed up. If you want to make it available to them, keep all the proceeds for the ministry that they're doing with Books on High. So I just want to say that I'm strongly recommending people get involved with Books on High and help support what they're doing, because I get to travel all around the world, different places, the East, Singapore, Malaysia, all through Europe, certainly down into the Southern Hemisphere and Australia and others. And what we have seen that is consistent throughout all of the places that we go is people are hungry not only to fellowship with one another, but they're hungry for good teachings, Bible teachings, again, about the gospel of Jesus Christ, that salvation is found only through him, and also that he's coming soon to return to fix the world. But what we find is that places they're either, for whatever reason, the local churches are not teaching prophecy. And so we get the privilege to go and to help start Bible studies, to help start other small groups for people to teach prophecy. But this ministry here, the Psalm 19 Project, again, is one of the other fun things that we get to do to help people see about the majesty of God Almighty. And I'll just say this, kind of in closing, is that when I'm out here at night, again, looking at the stars, looking at the heavens, seeing the magnificence of the Andromeda Galaxy, that has a trillion stars in it. It just reminds me of how awesome God is, how small we are, but also how awesome our God is, who is our Father, a personal relationship with Him. And so whenever there's struggles or challenges in my life, I look back and I go, you know, God, I think you got it under control. It kind of reminds me of all the questions that God asked of Job in Job 38 through 41, where Job was struggling and he began to question, and God starts asking him all these questions about even astronomy and physics and the natural world, ultimately to say, Job, I got this. Do you trust me? So appreciate you listening today. Again, please connect with Books on High if you haven't already. There's many of us that are going to be taking further trips down to New Zealand in order to bring the gospel and also to bring much needed prophecy teaching. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I see you there.